Sup? I'm going to share 12 eyeshadow palettes that I think are perfect for fall. Such a revolutionary video. I was about to do this a little bit earlier this year, like September. That didn't happen. And we just have to let that go. We can't change our past, but we can't change our future. Carpe diem. YOLO. Let's get into it. I did film this look. I don't know if it's up. If it is, links are right up here. If it's not, it's coming. Chill the fuck down, Karen. It's not that deep. I have some really old palettes here, and then I have a few that's new. And I thought that I could talk about them all. So maybe if you don't have these palettes, or maybe if you don't have like new makeup, you can go to your collection and find your old makeup that you can use this fall. But obviously you can use whatever the freaking blah 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 you want during fall. You don't have to use any of these palettes, okay? Great, let's just get into it. We can start off what I'm wearing on my eyes today. A little bit of orange, a little bit of purple, and a little bit of yellow. That's great for purple. That's great for fall, I mean, or autumn. That is the ABH Norvina Volume 3 palette. I had it as a goal. I did recently declutter my eyeshadow palette collection, which I will link right up here. I can't talk. I decluttered my entire collection, and I had like entire decluttering series. So go ahead and check that out if you want to. If you ever want to find like a tutorial or something with any of these palettes, just go to my page, click the little search thing, and then write like Anastasia Norvina Volume 3, and you'll find it in all of the videos that I've done with this one or any other of the palettes that I'm going to talk about today. Okay, great. But in my decluttering video, I said that this palette I wanted to use a lot more. So I have been using it a little bit more. I don't want the mirror to reflect right around here because I'm not wearing any pants. That's great. Like, you know, I've done my hair, I've done my brows, I've combed through my brows and applied a shit ton of lipstick, but pants?
No, can't deal with pants.
It's a beautiful color story. It has beautiful like oranges, yellows, purples, it has some neutrals, and it has a shit ton of green in it. So much fun. What a wonderful palette. I sometimes need to like think and stare at this palette just because it is so jumbled, but damn, it's good. The shimmers, some of them are meh. Like this purple that I used today. It is just a little bit more of like a satin versus this one that I used on my lid that has a shit ton of sparkle to it. So it's a little bit different, and it's a little bit different. Another old palette is actually this one. This is the Juvia's Place Tribe palette. Now you cannot get this anymore, but that doesn't mean that it's not great for fall. Maybe you can get this. They actually re-released it not too long ago, so maybe you can go ahead and get it. Maybe Juvia's listened to people and was like,
oh wow, we've fucked up,
and they brought it back. I don't know. Maybe you know, I don't know. But this is anyway the color story. It's beautiful, you know, it has beautiful greens and then these oranges. I don't love orange eyeshadow. I'm saying that as I'm wearing this, but I don't really love it. But this color story is just perfect. I love the 3 shimmers that they have. Not this one, I never use it. And then this beautiful greeny shade is just absolutely stunning. Love it. Shall we talk about a new palette that doesn't have any greens, oranges, yellows, or purples in it? Then what could it be? Well, it might be a neutral palette from Patrick Taw. Oh, wait. This works during the summer. Oh my god, are we getting a little bit too light in here? This works during the summer, it works during the fall, it works during spring, it works during summer, it works all the time. This is just the perfect neutral palette, and I'm gonna mention it in all of these videos, okay? It has these beautiful creams right here, and then the rest of them are mattes and shimmers, and then some toppers that's like not toppers. They're not great at all. But this is just a palette that each and every time I use it, I feel confident, I feel beautiful, I feel elegant, and I always love the look. So it's great, it's great. I don't know what else to say, okay? Now this is a palette that I think that a lot of people will mention in their videos, because other people stole this video idea from me. Like, I came up with fall palettes, like best fall palettes, and everyone is stealing it from me.
Since this is the internet, I need to say that this was a joke, because some people will take it as me being truthful, and that's not the case, okay, Karen? It was a joke.
And that is the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. I didn't get this when it launched. I actually got it this summer. So I haven't, like, mine isn't as beat up as a lot of other people's palettes are, but it is stunning. I did change out this shade. It was looking a lot like this shade, like the bluish shade. So this is actually this is actually silk from the bronze palette, but I got an extra one like free with purchase, so I just put it here. It doesn't contain as much as the one in the bronze palette, but it doesn't matter. I really like this shade, so I thought that it would be nice to have it in there, and I was right. This has beautiful bronzy shades, it has beautiful oranges, and it has also these two beautiful neutral browns. You can go very neutral with it. It has these murkier greens. I love the fact that they included this like super disgusting looking green. Same with this one. It is sort of like a grayish green, so pretty on the eyes. And then this one is obviously like phenomenal. It is like this green, beautiful sparkly topper, stunning. It has some golds. I don't love golds, but I can wear it if it is Natasha. I feel like everyone is talking about this, and for good reason. The quality is amazing. Everything in this is incredible. The only thing that sucks about it is the price. I will, by the way, link to every single product that I'm talking about down below if they still are available. If not, screw you. So you don't only have to wear like oranges and browns. I know that, oranges I mean, and warm tones. I know that that is not everyone's cup of tea, so I do have a suggestion for you if you don't love that, and that is the Urban Decay Naked Wild West palette. I know that this got a lot of heat from a lot of people, but I enjoy it, except for Cowboy Rick. I say it every time, but that name makes my body like no, stop it. Cowboy Rick? No. Cowboy Dick? Yes. It's just a phenomenal palette. I really enjoy it. Maybe it doesn't scream fall, but I still feel like it screams fall. And I wanted to include it because I feel like it has some other options if you don't love like a super warm eye. This is obviously very warm. This is warm, but it's not like a yellowy warm, so I feel like you could still use it. And then it has other options. And I think that the quality on this is incredible. I really like Urban Decay's shadows, actually. I think that they are great in the naked palettes. I don't know about the other ones because they never really interest me, so I haven't purchased them. A super old palette, but this screams fall, is the Anastasia Subculture Palette. Mine is used, abused, and like, you know, it even has this like little crack here because it's starting to break. It is very well loved from me, and this is what started my love for green eyeshadow. I cannot say enough good things about this one. It's so pretty. It has these oranges, it has these beautiful like greens, even this one that is leaning more blue, and then of course electric. The one shade I don't like is Cube, and Cube doesn't really look like this, but I've gotten a shit ton of kick up that's gotten stuck in this shade, and I don't really care because I hate the shade. It just doesn't work for me. I really want to whip this out again. Like, I whipped this out in one of my Shop My Stash, and I think it was 2 years ago, and I hit pan in like so many shades. It was so much fun, and I really want to use it way more. Let's talk about another new palette that comes from Beauty Bay, and they did restock this. I don't know if the stock is gone when you see it, but I will link to it down below. And if you can always, like, if you have an account at Beauty Bay, you can heart it, and then you can always go back and check if it has come back in stock, because sometimes they do like secrets back in stock shit. Anyway, this is the Beauty Bay Wilderness palette. Full disclosure, I did not purchase this. I think I purchased all of the other palettes that I have showed you guys. I think so anyway. But this one Beauty Bay sent to me, because sometimes we work together and sometimes they ask us like, do you want this one? And I was like, yeah. Haven't used this too much because I don't know, it doesn't scream work appropriate for me, but I think that this is so stunning, and I definitely think that if you like color stories like this, you will love it. And I just gotta show you this shade. Beauty Bay does some of the most pretty shimmers in the entire world. They have, like, this one looks a little bit icy, but then it shifts to green. Oh, and I did this green look. I did actually do an Instagram tutorial on it that I can link down below, but it was so beautiful. I also used this green. I mean, how can you not love that? And they're so foiled and pigmented and beautiful. And then the mattes, some of the mattes that the Beauty Bay has isn't the best, but some of them are just like fantastic. And I really like the corners, like the two corners down here. When it comes to the mattes, I think that they are beautiful. So I just had to mention it because it is such a steal as well. Like, the price, you can't beat it. You really can't. Oh, you really can't. Now, a very bronzy palette that I also want to talk about is from Natasha Denona, and of course it is the bronze palette. Here is where you have the shade Silk here. This one is very warm, but I still feel like it is unique enough. Like, this shade is super unique. This shade, like, now that I look at it, all I want to do is like use it. I want to put it in one of my Shop My Stash and use the living crap out of it, because I think it is so much fun, and it is like a perfect work appropriate palette while still having a little bit of fun shades in it. I love the fact that she included these two that is cool toned. I have used this one so much when I've used this palette, just because of the fact that I love it. I think it's so much fun, and it adds a little something to the look, and I really enjoy it. I realize that I have a lot of neutral palettes, but that's just the bitch I am. Another neutral one is the Urban Decay Naked Honey. This isn't like neutral. It has like this yellowy gold tint to it, but it's still hint, I don't know, of it to it. It's so stunning. I know a lot of people said that, oh, they didn't include a shade that looks like, you know, pure yellow, but I'm really happy that they didn't. I don't think that it needs that. I also love this one that pulls a little bit to like the purpley side. I just think it goes so well with shades like this. So I just had to include it. The formula of this is incredible. I know that a lot of people used to complain about Urban Decay's formula, but this one, I don't know about the other ones, but this one, fan-freaking-tastic. This might not scream fall, but it still screams fall to me, and that is the Sigma Coderosa palette. This is beautiful. So when you look at it, no, it might not scream fall to you, but the thing is that just because of the fact that it has these other shades in it, you don't really see how warm this is. And like, I feel like every time I put this on my eyes, it kind of surprises me how warm this palette actually is. Yes, the pink isn't warm. Well, it is a warm pink, but it's not like a yellowy one. And I just again, I feel so surprised every time I put this on my eyes because it is truly that super warm palette, and it doesn't look exactly like it does in the pan. Like this one, it looks very meh, but it is super warm. It's a little bit more like an orange, and a lot of these matte shadows are actually like a cream to powder kind of formula, which is very, very unique actually for Sigma, and I really enjoy this formula as well. So I think that it's a perfect little fall palette with a twist, and for my pink and purple lovers out there. Pink, anyway, pink doesn't have too much purple, but you know. Only 2 palettes left. Let me talk about the Beauty Bay, Anastasia Jackie Aina palette. I have been close to decluttering this one so much, but it's like every time I go back and forth, I fall in love with it, and then I fall out in love with it, and then I fall in love with it, and I go back and forth like that. It's just like sometimes I hate it. It's like it's too warm, it's too much. The purple is too cool. This one, hate it. But some days I'm like, yes, I love it. This is all I want to wear, which is why I can't declutter it, because what am I supposed to do during the days where I love it? It also has these beautiful and unique shades like Sponsor. It is like that MAC blue brown shade that everyone is talking about, but it is leaning more green. Maybe not super unique nowadays, but I just loved it. I love to wear so sorry. I just loved to wear these shades with this one. Absolute perfection. And then my last palette is also a palette that I think a lot of people will include in their videos, and that is from Melt. This is the Gemini palette. I can't wait to use this one way more because I think that the browns really scream fall, but then it also has these beautiful greens, and I love the fact that they have divided them into sections. So here you have like the green side, but then you have the black that kind of divides them but also brings them all together. So you have these 6 could work really great together, and then these 5 could work really great together. Obviously you can mix and match however you want to, but I just think it's beautiful. I wouldn't say that this is a standalone palette for me. I would like to wear something a little bit more lighter in my inner corner, but I could just bring in something else. And I understand why it is a favorite in so many people's collections. But that is all that I had for you guys today. Please give me a little thumbs up or thumbs down depending on how you like the video. Leave a nice comment down below. If you don't know what to comment, you can always just comment a little heart, because it really helps me out so much and more than you know, and it's really easy to just comment a little heart, or a flower, or a gun or something. I don't know, whatever you want to. I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you want to. Bye!